Like, subscribe, and or follow This Is Truly News and find out when it's wrong to steal things.
Oh, there we go. Thank you for...
Or is it who's wrong to steal things? Anyway,
where
like,
in the world
subscribe.
is stolen things?
Where in the world is Carmen Wrong Diego? Like, subscribe, and follow This Is Truly News. Email us weirdness at TITR@netradio.network. Donkey chains. That's almost German for thank you.
Sheila?
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Why are you asking about, is that like, so if we name him, isn't Sheila the slang for woman?
In Australia, I think.
Australia.
Yeah.
So if that transfers over, we're naming women.
Well, but except that Sheila's name is really Sheila.
Yeah. But if you look up Sheila, does it say woman?
Well, this one
Definition,
is,
woman.
She's an amazing woman at that.
I know for one, she puts up with this. My guess is she's now deaf.
And every time I'm out in Colorado Springs, she and her partner buy me lunch.
Why? Boy, Sheila, I thought you were
smarter than this.
Yeah, I really did.
Walter Harold Mitchell III.
Holy crap, that'd be long on a sports jersey.
Right? Operated
one elbow up the other. Oof.
Operated a business that sold body parts to medical schools.
That's a business?
Yes, it is. In fact, my neighbor across the street, he used to work in one of those businesses. He would go harvest the parts.
Look what you did to my zebra. He's stunned.
Apparently so. In any case, this guy This guy was found guilty of dumping 24 body parts belonging to at least 9 different people across 2 locations in Arizona.
Okay.
So you got 24, you got 9.
9.
And the 2 locations, so that's...
Carry the... You never told me there'd be math.
There's 58 items in that list. He was charged on 29 counts, including the possession of a pipe bomb, which he refused to talk about.
Well, really? Why would you?
The body parts discovered included knees, shoulders, arms, legs, and skulls. Almost enough to build a new person. Aside from being wrapped in gauze, the body parts were scattered mostly out in the open. They were traced back to Mitchell through medical tags and several numbers found on the parts. And you'd think he would have known this.
Were they trying to do some doomsday apocalyptic movie?
No, he sold the business and scattered the parts. I don't get it. You know, you trust him to take your loved one and treat him with respect, Cheryl Patterson said, the widow of one of the discovered cadavers.
That's just rude.
And that's not at all what happened.
No.
Mitchell ran his body broker business for nearly 30 years before the incident.
Not a body shop you want to go to.
Exactly.
2 men were arrested in Palm Coast, Florida. According to Fox 35 TV, the heist of goods valued at $5,000.
That's a felony.
Regen Lin is 48, and his 41-year-old partner, Rong Chen. Hey, told you we'd get wrong in there.
I'm not going to even touch that.
How else do you pronounce R-O-N-G?
Wrong.
No, that'd be right.
Third base.
Anyway, Ree and Wrong were caught red-handed by a deputy making security check at Woody Barbecue. The 2 men wore headlamps as they transferred a substance from a vat behind the restaurant into a box truck with a large storage containers inside. Where does the weird come in, you're saying? This seems like a normal heist.
Hey, when does the weird come in?
God bless you for coming to rehearsal.
You're welcome.
They were stealing used cooking oil.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't Homer do that too? That's Simpson Man?
Actually, there are people who make deals for restaurants for their cooking oil. Sure.
So they were swiping about 7,000 pounds of used cooking oil. Lynn owns L&L Recycling, a company that buys and recycles. Guess what?
Cooking oil.
Oh, you peaked. But in this case, they tried to increase their profits by simply stealing the oil. Who knew? Right? There's
Right.
such a markup in used cooking oil. It can be recycled for use in diesel fuel and other substances, according to the Flagler
Absolutely.
County Sheriff.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Oh.
I thought it just tasted good on French fries.
It's just, well, it's really interesting because what some will do is say, look, a lot of people have to pay to recycle their oil.
Yep.
Sending it to a recycler, they say, we'll take it for free and deal with it.
Let us haul it
Yeah.
out of your way.
Yep. We'll do that.
No, I'm not doing that.
Kids Corner.
I would have that smell of
Yeah. French fries.
food, and I'd be
Hungry.
I'd eat myself to death by now.
Kids Corner. The 8-year-old disrupted my sleep again. So I texted my mom at 2 a.m. to ask when it stops.
And the next line read, so my kid texted me at 2 a.m.
to find out. My 5-year-old.
She's 32. What's going on?
My 5-year-old. I know that guy in Blue's Clues isn't really talking to me because one time he asked me to do something and I said no. And he said, thanks.
Well, he's
Nice job, kid. Deductive reasoning. My 11-year-old just screamed across the skate park. Mom, did you ever get your health insurance reinstated? I want to do a trick.
those are words you'd never want to hear.
Really? Really? Me, I'm really proud of you keeping your hands to yourself today. What would you like to do as a reward? Hit my brother.
Well, I mean, really. You've got brothers.
I sure do.
Would you like to?
Yes.
But only when you're awake or sleeping
Or even dead, I think.
or breathing.
Yeah.
Maybe even if not breathing. You never know.
I could stop blinking and I'd still want to. My teenage daughter just walked into my room and said, Mom, if you take my hairbrush, can you please remember to put it back? I looked at her and laughed and laughed and laughed until she slowly backed out of the room.
Okay, come on. It's funny, though.
It is.
That's a funny line.
Finally,
From a little
I
kid.
asked my 6-year-old, aren't you going to help me plant flowers? And he said, oh, Mommy, I would love to, except I don't want to.
So I'm not going to.
No,
Yeah.
it's not that I can't help you. It's that I don't
Simply,
want to.
I won't. Hard to argue.
Yeah, smart kid.
Let's talk about Brian Taylor, shall we?
Oh, Brian. Good
He's a
old Brian.
He's the custodial and grounds worker for the Wayne Township Public School District in New Jersey. I think that's where Thomas and Martha Wayne lived.
Wayne. Oh, yes.
Yep.
It's such a lovely place.
And he's not new. He's been there for 27 years, and he has now filed a lawsuit against the district, according to NJ.com.
Okay.
In the lawsuit, he claims his performance evaluations were always superior or above average, and that he earned a manager certificate from Rutgers. By the way, I have a sports question.
Shoot.
Why the hell is Rutgers in the Big Ten? Anyway.
They think they can be competitive. That's
Yeah, well, keep thinking. Anyway, Brian says he was still passed over for promotions despite all of that. Why?
Hey, why was he passed over for promotion? Passover.
Well,
in any case, why was he passed over for promotions even though he put the blood on the door? And
Taylor asserts that his managers gave higher paying jobs to people with Italian last names.
there's a mob connection.
No, New Jersey?
You think?
For example, oh no, Tony's coming after me. For example, he says his groundskeeping duties, which offered more opportunity for overtime, were transferred to the Italian-American brother-in-law of a supervisor. This unfortunate reality makes working for the district very difficult for a person like Taylor, as he is a man of integrity, the suit reads. The Board of Education disputes all allegations made by Mr. Taylor and looks forward to presenting the district's case in court, according to their attorney, John G. Geppert Jr., who doesn't have an Italian-sounding last name.
I have a suggestion for.
By the way, one of 4 families in New Jersey
that doesn't.
that don't. Yeah.
Well, there were the Kernicks and the Coneses.
Yeah. I'm
Way
just
back
worried about
when.
the Soprano boys coming to find me.
I think Mr. Taylor should add a vowel to the end of his name.
Well, maybe, like Brian Taylorino.
I was just thinking Taylora. or Taylorino.
Now that could make him like, I don't know,
Tayloree.
Hispanic. Or he could go with
I suppose. I like the Orino then, Taylorino.
Brian Taylorchuk.
Ooh.
He's now Russian, and mess with him at your own peril.
Exactly. He'll go to Brighton Beach and bring all his family back.
There's friends he never knew he had. Do svidaniya.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.